There are no more.
Agent down. Boost about to come online.
Hello and welcome to another Division 2 video. Yes, I got the request to show you my PvP build I use mainly in Skirmish, and for sure I will do it. I got this request especially from you, Sky, so this video is just almost for you. Thanks a lot for the request, and for sure I will show it to you, and at the end I will explain as well how you can change it, that you can use it as well with an assault rifle, which I do sometimes as well. You saw it already at the beginning on the short clip. It's for me a high raw damage LMG build. Works pretty well for me even against the vectors that everybody is annoyed about. I don't know why, but yeah, it works pretty well. And you see at the end of the video the full skirmish match was just a random one I recorded and enjoy the gameplay. But let's go right into the build. So as I said at the beginning, it's for me personally a raw damage LMG build, so I don't care too much about crits on this one. Has different reasons I'll explain to you later, but let's go right into the build. So my main gun for sure is my LMG, the tactical M249 Para. I like this quite a lot, and you see the base damage is pretty high, 22.1k base damage, so it's really insane to use in my opinion. And yeah, it has the talents unhinged, so 25% weapon damage at the cost of 35% weapon handling, but I can compensate this pretty well, which you will see later in this video. I have Allegro, works really awesome with this gun, so increased fire rate. The last one, it's not really important to be honest, it's just if I use it with my skill build, but yeah, as I said, it's not important, and there would be much better options for this one for sure, but it works for me, and yeah, pretty well. Let's go quickly to the mods. So crit chance on the scope, there is just not that many better options. You could use for sure as well accuracy, would work pretty well too, even better probably for an LMG. And I have rate of fire on the magazine down here. Then I have reload speed for sure, because it takes always pretty long to reload this gun, so this comes in handy. And I have accuracy as well on the muzzle. And yeah, as I said, this is the setup for the LMG, which I mainly use. And as a secondary I have the Merciless, and it's just because of his holster talent, so just to press out really the last little damage possible on this setup. And yeah, here you get brutality while holstered. Landing a shot has a 5% chance to deal 20% damage as explosive damage. It's not that much for sure, but as I said, I'll just use every little piece to increase my damage on this build. Then the side gun, it's not that important, it's mainly because of recharged. So if I use my defender drone, then I have 25% duration charges and ammo on this one as well, if I use it on full health. So this is something you should have in mind when you use this third talent here, but it works pretty well for me. Let's go on the mask. So here you can see has a protection, health, skill power, health. So the skill power is for sure not important because I have 0, as you can see on the left side, but health has a protection, is not too bad. I would prefer to have a different one instead of health. Has a protection, but yeah, it doesn't matter too much to be honest at the moment. Then 10% skill haste, that works pretty well because I like to have my skills back as fast as possible. This is really an important thing as well. Then the chest piece here, it's Provident, so it's health for sure, it's pretty good. Increase my health stat, as you can see, almost 70,000. It's not too bad, I would say. Attributes are really awesome, so I have weapon damage, 8% health and bonus armor, so this is really an awesome setup in my opinion. And the talent, I do really love this talent, I'll be honest with you. Even it doesn't matter for PvE or PvP, Unbreakable, it's just a really awesome talent. So 25% of your armor you get back when the armor is depleted, and if you use a medkit within 5 seconds after the armor is depleted, you don't gonna use it. And yes, in Skirmish you just have 2 medkits, so this is really an awesome talent for me. And especially if you know the stats, yes, I know the specialization from the Demolitionist, and there is a talent as well that when you use a medkit you have to, increased handling with your gun, and that is really awesome, especially because I have the talent on my gun, which you probably know already, where I have 35% less handling, and this is really an awesome talent here, and I can really recommend it. Yeah, I know many people use Berserk, but I personally don't like it, and I guess it gets nerfed anyway pretty soon. I don't know exactly, but yeah, could be. Then the holster, increased armor 5%, Gila guard works pretty well. I really tried to max out my armor as well, but with this chest piece here I don't need that much, because as you know 25% means a fourth, that means 50,000, so I get 50,000 armor back if the armor is depleted, and so I have around 250,000, and yeah, this is really insane. Then on the holster, I do have health and cooldown reduction again. So cooldown reduction, as I said before, the cooldowns are pretty long on the skills actually, and if you have cooldown reduction, you have just a good advantage in my opinion. Then the knee pads. The knee pads is not my dream one, to be honest. Health for sure is awesome. Armor is insane, pretty good as well. But instead of patience, I would like to have another talent on there. But actually, I can't re-roll it, unfortunately. But I would really like to have this talent here, cloaked. When your armor is depleted, nearby enemy skills are disrupted for 10 seconds. Can occur once every 30 seconds. Because I don't stick that long into cover in skirmish usually, because they start to rush you earlier, and yeah, 3 seconds is quite a long time, so it's pretty useless, to be honest. And yeah, many people, at least on console, use the wits build, let's say it like this, the vector build, and when the armor of these guys is depleted, they're just gonna equip their shield. So this means if my armor is depleted as well, and this is probably almost every time the case, then I can just disrupt them and they can't use their shield anymore. So this one I would really like this, but yeah, I prefer just to have more armor actually. But my dream ones would be actually this ones here, but instead of patience, as I said, would be this talent right here, cloaked. Then the gloves. Gloves are Araldi holdings with accuracy, for sure. With an LMG works really awesome. LMG damage and wicked weapon damage to status affected enemies is increased. This is pretty insane. I mean, more in PvE than in PvP. PvP depends a little. If you have some guys in your group that around survivalist and they have incendiary grenades, then it works pretty awesome. Yeah, 10% is quite a lot. And as I said, raw damage build, and this comes in handy really well with this build. So I like this talent really a lot, and because I don't focus on crit, for sure I don't run the one here, clutch, because it doesn't make any sense. And the backpack I run the Petrov, and you have to run a Petrov if you have an LMG, at least one piece, because you get 10% decreased LMG damage. And here as well, cooldown reduction, crit chance is not really important, so I would like to have weapon damage instead. Bonus armor and health again, and harden it, so I get 10% armor. It's really an awesome talent, and safeguard is the next awesome talent, and this increases as well the one from the knee pads and the one from the chest piece. So if I kill an enemy, then the next one comes to me, rushes me, depletes my armor, then I have 150% more. So this is really an awesome talent as well, safeguard. And yeah, this is the setup for my build actually. Then the skills I use with this setup is the cam launcher heal. Works pretty good, especially if I kill an NPC, an enemy. Then I can just pop this one time and I get full health back because of the 150%. And the defender drone just works really awesome. I usually solo queue, so I usually fight against multiple people at the same time, 2 or 3 guys, and then it's just a real advantage if you have a defender drone on you, because it takes more time to kill you. So it's really an awesome skill in my opinion. The best 2 ones, and actually as well because the cooldowns are pretty short. As you see on the drone, it's for 64 seconds and the heal 14 seconds. So this is really awesome. I didn't care too much about the mods, as you can see, because I don't have any skill power. And yeah, then just a little change I do to use it with assault rifle. So for sure you have to change out the gloves, as you can see right here, and you have to change out the one here actually, yeah. Just the knee pads. I changed to the knee pads, so I have the bonus armor as well, and I have assault rifle damage as well. And if I use the assault rifle, then I'm gonna change for sure. Usually I run the F2000, I like it quite a lot. And you can see burn damage, so mainly I run this build for sure, not with the Demolitionist. I run it with the Survivalist. And with the Survivalist you got incendiary grenades, so it works really well. You can just try to burn them, and then you have 20% more damage, so this is really an awesome talent. And as a secondary, and instead of the Merciless, I just gonna use, like so many other else as well, the Chatterbox for sure, because if I get a kill, then increased fire rate from 10% is just too good not to have. And yeah, this works pretty good as well. But me personally, I like the LMG build a little more, but as I said, if you prefer ARs, then this setup works really well too. You see almost the same talents, knee pads, chest and backpack. This is almost the most important one, and high armor, high health, and then you can't do that much wrong. And yet the last little detail why I don't care too much on this build about crit is the reason here. Just quickly fast travel, I know it would be not that long to run, but I'm a lazy guy. So you can see it right here on specialization tree. Because every skill or every specialization has one talent, is the one here, reduce the chance you are critically hit in conflict by 20%. So means you have anyway 20% less crit hit chance on any build. And yeah, then it doesn't make too much sense if you don't run especially an SMG for sure. You can max out ARs as well, but I personally just prefer to have raw damage. This is one reason. So this one here, vital protection, and as I said, this one is actually on every specialization, like you can see here and here as well. And the next thing is, if you have a look on ARs or LMGs, especially on this one, then you see the crit strike range is 10 to 45 meters, which means if you're closer to an enemy than 10 meters, you don't crit at all, except with an SMG. Then you can see it's 0 to 30 meters crit strike range. So this means if you run crit, mainly it makes sense on an SMG, because yeah, most fights, let's be honest, are closer than 10 meters. And that's why I prefer to have raw damage on my build. And as you can see, I mean, I played already quite a lot skirmish, and for me it works actually pretty well. So usually I get around 8 to 12 kills, I would say, in skirmish with my LMG, and even against vectors, and even against them when they put out their shield. But of course, if you meet more than, or if you fight more than 2 or 3 guys, then yeah, you most likely gonna die. Doesn't matter which build you run. Yeah, but that's it for my build, which I rock in PvP, and as I said before, for me it works really awesome, so I like it quite a lot, especially the MG version. And now, as I said before, you can see the full match, skirmish match. Enjoy it. Thanks a lot for watching, thanks a lot for your comments and likes and thumbs up, really appreciate it, and helps me a ton. So thanks a lot, take care, see you in the next one, bye bye.
Boost about to activate. Boost online. The enemy is acquiring the boost. The boost has been taken by the enemy. An agent needs assistance.
I'm sending you a specialization supply drop.
Hostiles are opening a supply drop. Hostiles have claimed a supply drop. Vital signs critical. Agent incapacitated. Agent deceased.
You're running low on reinforcements. Halfway to the finish.
Boost about to come online.
You're out of reinforcements. Hang in there.
Boost now active. The boost is being taken by the enemy. The enemy has acquired the boost.
The rogues have run out of reinforcements. You can win this. You're the last one alive. It's up to you, Agent. Whoever is left standing wins. A specialization supply drop has been arranged for you. It's a win. Solid work.